Hello friends, welcome to my channel Textile Gyan. I am Prakash Kude, Assistant Professor in Yamil Textile Engineering College, Pilwada, Rajasthan. Today we'll basically talk about the melt spinning variables and what are the conditions for your continuous spinning. So there are different melt spinning variables that will ultimately determine the course of fiber formation and fiber dimension and their properties. So Zybeki divided these into three groups. The first group is your independent or primary variables, which will ultimately affects or determines the course of spinning process and that will resulting into your fiber structure and properties. Second is your secondary variables, which related to your primary variables through a simple geometrical relationships and which will be helps useful in defining the spinning conditions. And next is your resulting variables, which will be determined by the independent variables through a fundamental laws of your spinning kinetics. So these groups are further subdivided into different parts. We'll see as follows. Independent or primary variables are divided into first, what are the primary or independent variables are there? Polymeric materials, extrusion temperature, spindle channel dimension, that could be your diameter and length of your spindle channel. Fourth one is your number of filaments in the spinning line. Fifth one is your mass output rate. Sixth one is your spinning path length. Seventh one is your take-up velocity. And last one is your cooling condition or cooling medium. So these primary variables that will ultimately decide your the parameter of fiber properties that will ultimately affecting your fiber formation. That could be your extrusion temperature, that could be its spindle channel diameter, or number of filament in your spindle line, mass output rate, take-up velocity, and cooling conditions. Now, these secondary variables are your average extrusion velocity that will be calculated as 4 WT, that is your mass output rate, divided by viscosity into density into pi into diameter of your polymer that spindle channel. Next is your equivalent diameter of your single filament at x is equal to L. So that can be calculated by this. So we have seen the primary. So by basically on your primary variables, the some geometrical relationships has been taken out from this, like mass output rate, spinning path length, take-up velocity, or number of filaments. So that will ultimately affects the your extrusion velocity or equivalent diameter of your single filament. So these are the different secondary variables which has been derived from your primary variables. Next is your diameter of your filament, and fourth one is your deformation ratio or melt drop ratio. That is equal to VL by B0. That is equal to D0 by DL square. So last one is your resulting variables. So that will be your tensile force at take-up device, that is equal to F exert, tensile stress at take-up devices, similarly the temperature of your filament, and last one is your filament structure or orientation or crystallinity or morphology of your filament. So these are the variables that will be affecting your fiber properties or filament properties or their dimension. So now we'll see what is the basic condition for your continuous spinning. The first condition for your continuous spinning is your continuity of your fluid. Continuity of your fluid flow. So that is equal, that will be the A into B into density, that will be equal to the, that will be constant, and that will be equal to your mass output rate. So A here is your cross-sectional area or spinning line at any intermediate point. V is your linear stream velocity or fiber velocity. Rho is your density of your polymeric fluid. That should be equal to, if the multiplication of this should be equal to your mass output rate, that is mass extruded in your unit time through the spindle orifice and therefore it should be equal to QP. And next condition is your tensile stress on your melt stream must never exceed the tensile strength of the filament. So this is the main important thing is that tensile stress on your melt stream must not or never exceed the tensile strength of your filament. So now we have seen what are the melt spinning variables that could be your independent primary variables, that could be your secondary variables, and third one is your resulting variables. These variables we have seen, and how, and now next we have seen the condition of your continuous spinning. So I hope you understood these points. So thank you so much. Stay tuned to my channel. Also like, share, and comment on this video.